always many, because our Heavenly Father and our Lord Jesus Christ and the host of angels are with us in this meeting. Once again, we all are welcome into today's Sabbath service. Brethren, it is very, it is a joyful thing to be in the presence of God. The psalmist encourages us to always rejoice in the presence of God. Brethren, there are so many things that God does not joke with. One of those things are the things that He set apart for holy use. Those set apart things are special to God, and God does not toy with those things. Take, for instance, the seventh day of the week. The Bible says, on that particular day, God, who is the maker of all things, rested and commanded His children to also do as their Father did. Set apart things are important, and those set apart things are largely enemy to Satan. The children of Israel, the Bible helps us to understand that they are a set apart nation. The city of Jerusalem, the Bible also helps us to understand that is a set apart city. If you and I look from history, we understand that all these set apart things have suffered a lot of tribulation from the hand of the evil one. Even the seventh day of the week also suffered a lot of rejection from the hand of man. Set apart things are important to God, and I believe you and I should also view set apart things the way God views it. The question is, do we know who we are? Do we understand that we are set apart ones? Not because we are super, not because we are better, not because we are intelligent, but God chose to call us and set us apart from the rest of humanity. And that brings us to the title of this first place sermon, which I title The Set Apart Ones. The Set Apart Ones. Brethren, the Bible encourages you and I that we are set apart ones. Not because we are great, but because God is preparing us for a holy use. And you and I must not toy with our calling, because it is a great privilege. Not everyone has this privilege. Not everyone has this opportunity. You and I should count ourselves more blessed, because we are called to be a partaker of the first fruit. It is a great privilege. Therefore, how do you and I see ourselves? Do you and I see ourselves as just the normal type of people? Do you and I live life that are the same with the people of those who are not yet called? Brethren, you and I that are called at this age has a lot of work to do. Those that are not yet called, they are not that they are free, but this is not their own time of judgment. This is our own time of judgment. This is our own time of salvation. So what we do with this opportunity that God has given to us at this age count a lot. will not have this opportunity again. There is nothing like second chance. There is first calling and second calling. You and I are privileged to be a partaker of the first calling. So this is time of our own salvation. So brethren, you and I are set apart once, and it is important to understand that we should not think the way other people think. We should not talk the way other people talk. We should not act the way other people act, because we are set apart for holy use. For our first reading, turn with me to Deuteronomy chapter 14. Deuteronomy chapter 14. Deuteronomy chapter 14, reading verse 2. For you are a holy people to the Lord your God, and the Lord has chosen you to be a people for himself, a special treasure above all the people who are in the face of the earth. This is words from the mouth of God. And he's talking to both the physical children of Israel and the spiritual children of Israel. God says that we are choosing out of the people of this earth to be special to him. So brethren, do we value our calling? Do we value that privilege that God has given to us? Many outside there are not privileged to have this opportunity that God has given to us in a platter of gold. And we should show appreciation by the way we talk, the way we reason, and the way we act, so that God will continue to be glorified and continue to be pleased for choosing us among others. Brethren, we are covenant ones. We are peculiar ones. We are special to God. Let's confirm that with Deuteronomy chapter 26. Deuteronomy chapter 26. Deuteronomy chapter 26. Let's start reading from verse 17. Deuteronomy chapter 26. Let's start reading from verse 17. Today, you have proclaimed the Lord to be your God, and that you will walk in his ways and keep his statutes, his commandments, and his judgment, and that you will obey his voice. 18. Also today, the Lord has proclaimed you to be his special people, just as he promised you, that you should keep all his commandments. 19. And that he will set you high above all nations, which he has made, in praise, in name, and in honor, and that you may be a holy people to the Lord your God, just as he has spoken. Brethren, God is confirming to us as if today that we are peculiar ones, and He has given us rules to observe. And you and I must also understand the history of the children of Israel, what happened to them when they broke the covenant that God made with them. God did not take it easy with them, and they were severely punished. You and I are peculiar ones. You and I are those whom God has set apart at this age to be His chosen ones. Therefore, do we respect His covenant? Do we respect His judgment? Do we respect His laws? Or do we put them at our back and live the way we choose? If you and I continue to live like the rest of the people of the world, we are missing something important. Because the people of God are different from those who are not yet called. So we must have respect to those things that God has set apart as His holy commandment. We are gradually coming to a very dangerous season in human history, which is called the season of Christmas. Brethren, you and I must be very, very careful how we conduct ourselves, for we are set apart ones. They are not our enemy, those who are not yet called. They are our potential brethren, because they will still be called in the fold of God's people. But presently, they are not yet called. So what they practice are the things that God called abominations. And if you and I do as they do, you and I will be treated the same. Brethren, many of the festivals that the people of the world observe, they are designed to bring wrath or anger to God. And you and I should not be a partaker of those who live life that provoke God. You and I should also understand that the origin of Christmas is questionable. And you and I should not be a partaker of festivals that are not biblical. So, as chosen ones of God, as those that God has set apart for holy use, let us not define ourselves with festivals that are of pagan origin. Let's turn our Bible to Ezekiel chapter 11. Ezekiel chapter 11. Ezekiel chapter 11. Ezekiel chapter 11. Let's just read verse 12. Ezekiel chapter 11, reading verse 12. And you shall know that I am the Lord, for you have not walked in my statutes, for or not execute my judgment, but have done according to the customs of the Gentiles, which are all around you. God warned the children of Israel that they have forsaken His own way and follow the way of the Gentiles. To God, it is not acceptable. Brethren, you and I should not follow those who follow practice that are not acceptable to God, because we are set apart ones. Not because we are unique, not because we are super righteous, but because God has set you and I apart for holy use, for future use. So you and I should not define ourselves with things that God labels abomination. Corinthians chapter 6. 1 Corinthians chapter 6. Oh, sorry. 2 Corinthians chapter 6. 2 Corinthians chapter 6. Let's start reading from verse 14. 2 Corinthians chapter 6, reading from verse 14. It says, "Do not be unequally yoked together with unbelievers. For what fellowship has righteousness with lawlessness? And what communion has light with darkness? Brethren, as God has set apart ones, God expects us not to have a mixture of character, a mixture of lifestyle, a mixture of way of life, to mix our life with the same life of the people of the world. The Bible encourages you and I not to be unequally yoked with unbelievers, those who does not believe what is written down as God's standard to keep. The Bible says, what fellowship has light with darkness? You and I, as I always say, you and I should not be proud in our head that we are better than those outside, but we are just set apart for holy use. Therefore, you and I should respect God, who have set you and I apart at this age for special use. You and I should not dishonor God by doing those things which the Gentiles do. You and I are Gentile by birth, but by calling, you and I are no more Gentile. God have chosen you and I out of the rest of humanity and label us special ones. Therefore, brethren, you and I should honor God by living life that is separate from the rest of humanity. Our attitude should be well examined. The things we value so much, our attitude towards music. There are some music that mock God. And you and I should be very, very careful not to patronize such music. There are some movies that are shown in television or any other, that those movies mock God. And you and I should not patronize such movies. There are some dressing that mock God, that are offensive to God. And you and I should not patronize such way of dressing. You and I should view ourselves as holy ones. Not because we are holy, not because we are righteous, but because God has set us apart. Holy simply means things that are set apart. And you and I should have respect for ourselves, because it is a great honor. The way we talk, small thing, you call someone goat, animal, foolish. Those things are not pleasing in God's sight. We should change the way we talk, the way we address our human being. I could remember one day I was just moving along the street, and the man mistakenly put his motor into a pit, a small gallop there, and spray water on me. The next thing that came out from my mouth, animal! And the man was waving and said, "Please, sorry, I'm sorry. I said, look at me." The man was even apologizing, and I was busy calling him animal. Simply because he mistakenly split water on me. And I learned a big lesson from that day. He did it unintentionally. Even if he did it intentionally, It doesn't warrant me to call him animal. It doesn't warrant me to call him names. I should respect human being whom God created in his own image. The way we address each other, the way we talk should be different from the way the rest of humanity talk. Brethren, you and I are set apart ones, and you and I should value what God has done for us. It is a great privilege. Sometimes when I look at people, when they say have you met a VIP before? People like maybe Buhari them, Basanjo them, and Clinton, and all these high caliber people. That is what the people that we address as VIP, special ones. But I want to tell you, I think otherwise. In the sight of God, they are not the special ones. They are not the VIP. You and I are the VIP. And that is why when I look at our brothers here, I have great respect for all our brothers here. Because they are VIP, they are special, they are very important people. You and I should also view each other here as VIP. Those people outside there, to God, I want to tell you, they are not special to him. But you and I are special to God. You and I should not look down on each other. You and I should see each other as very important personalities. Because that is what we are, and that's what God views us as. Brethren, the way we dress matters a lot. Because somehow they said cloth talk, dressing talk. If you dress as a harlot and you are not a harlot, it pictures you in the mind of people as a harlot. If you dress as a homosexual or a gangster or a Rastafarian, even if you are not, people regard you as such because the way you appear tells much about you. Our dressing should also draw respect to God. There are certain things we should not do. Things like smoking. One might say, is smoking wrong? It is wrong because our body is the temple of the Holy Spirit. To drink is not evil, but to be drunk is evil. You and I should not be drunk because those things are not meant for those who are set apart ones. Our body is the temple of the Holy Spirit. You and I should not defile it with fornication because God is mindful about our body because we are set apart ones. Brethren, let us value ourselves. Let us not see ourselves as nothing when God said we are a treasure to him. I could remember when I was in my primary school and the local government is to visit our school. The type of preparation we did that day was superb, just because the local government is coming to view us. How much more the Almighty God, the creator of heaven and earth? Should we not have more respect to him than we have to all our presidents or our co-rulers who are ruling the society? Do we value those whom God has placed in a position of authority? And we might say all of us are the same. Yes, all of us are the same. But there are those whom God has placed over others for important role. You and I should show respect to those whom God has set apart for important use. Those whom God has set apart or whom God has placed over us should be respected. You and I should not look down on those vessels, those materials, those ones that God has put above us. Because if we do so, we might be stepping into things that provoke God. Brethren, as we are gradually coming to the end of this first place sermon, let us all remember that you and I are set apart ones. That God does not joke with things that He has set apart because they are important to Him. God has deposited His Holy Spirit in us. God has opened our mind to have a better understanding of His law. Do we value ourselves? Do we value our calling? Do we value such privilege? Let us not just live a casual life. Let us value our calling, for this is special, for we might not have this opportunity again. We are ambassadors of God. We are God's representative. What we do counts a lot. In the yard where we live, in the place where we work, how do people address us? How do people view us? Do they see us as people who are not useful? People whom you cannot associate with? Or do we have a type of character that draws people to us? Oh, hey, this man, you are going to his place. My brother, you will see something that you will not like. Brethren, we should live life that has to do with light, because light makes people to see. In the yard where we live, we should make a difference. In the place where we work, we should make a difference. In the society where we live, we should make a difference, because we are set apart ones. If we are in the midst of people, and people cannot truly identify that these ones are different, something is wrong with us. If you and I are in a workplace, and we cannot be identified as someone who is different, something is wrong with us. You and I should make a difference, because God says we are different. Therefore, brethren, let us all remember that God has placed value in us, and it is left for us to also place value in ourselves. For our final reading, turn with me to 1 Peter. First Peter chapter 9. 1 Peter chapter 9. Reading 1 Peter chapter 2. Reading from verse 9. I said 1 Peter chapter 2, reading from verse 9. 1 Peter chapter 2, reading from verse 9. But you are a chosen generation. I want us to take this word one after the other, so that we can eat. Peter is not just trying to just flatter us. He's telling us exactly what we are, because in God's people does not flatter. The Bible does not flatter. God does not flatter. That is exactly what we are. Let us continue reading. It says, but you are a chosen generation, a royal priesthood, a holy nation, His own special people, that you may proclaim the praise of Him who called you out of darkness into His marvelous light. Brethren, that is what we are. We are set apart ones. We are special ones. And we should honor God by living life that is different from the rest of humanity. Sabbath Shalom.